Hi, and welcome to my week 5 update and weigh-in. So, week 5, wow, how has it got to week 5 already? It's been a bit of an interesting week. I did, like I say, did a little bit of an update on Wednesday, just kind of had a little bit of a tough start to the week, but ended up finishing the week on a high. So I'm really feeling positive today. Not quite sure what all that was about, whether it was just kind of a bit of a hangover from the weekend with the massive walk that we did, lack of sleep, or hormones. Who knows? We will see. However, Friday, weigh-in. Okay, so got on the scales this morning and I am really pleased to have lost another 2.5 pounds. So feeling much more positive about weight loss today. I have now lost 17.5 pounds in total in 5 weeks. I'm well now comfortably into the next stone bracket, which is absolutely fantastic. Absolutely loving it. So yeah, it's feeling good today, feeling really good. And to top it off, I've even managed to get into a pair of jeans that I wore on our holiday last year, and I've not been able to get in them since probably about September time last year, and we're on March. So I've been absolutely chuffed to bits to actually get into those today and fasten them as well. I'll show you. So yep, still in, look, and fastened. Still a little bit of way to go, but they're in. I'm in them, and I'm actually quite comfortable sitting down in them as well, which is always a bonus. So that is kind of from, where was I? Beginning of February when I started this. So 5 weeks ago, I had just kind of moved into my fat jeans, as I would call them, which were a size 20. And I have now, these are actually size 16. Check me right out. So I'm absolutely over the moon to be able to get into these. Obviously a long way to go still, but it's little gains, so small gains that I am really kind of looking for, and it gives you much more of a motivation as well. And I think there's a lot to be said about not worrying, but kind of getting too hung up about actually what the scales are saying. Yes, absolutely over the moon to have lost, like say, 17.5 pounds so far. However, just that feeling of being able to get a piece of clothing on that you've not been able to wear for a while is it's phenomenal. Absolutely chuffed to bits. And I know hubby was quite chuffed this morning as well, because he's managed to wear one of his really nice winter coats as well that he's not been able to wear, so he got that out of the wardrobe today as well and being able to put that on and zip up comfortably as well. So absolutely fantastic. So it's those little kind of wins really that I think we need to also focus on as well. So what have we been doing this week? So like I said, I had a little bit of a wobble on Wednesday, but what we did do when we came back from the peaks on Sunday, we popped out into the village, and we just went for a couple of drinks, and it was kind of mid-service for Sunday lunch. And you'd think, like I say, I love my food and love kind of eating, hence this. But I was kind of looking around, and I love a roast, I love a carvery. And I was kind of sat there and I was looking around at all of these people who were just happily going about getting their dinners, and I was just watching these people come back with these big massive mountains of food. And I kind of started feeling a little bit a little bit queasy, a little bit kind of put off by the amounts of food that were on these people's plates, and they were tucking in and absolutely enjoying it, and it smelled delicious. Please don't get me wrong, it looked and smelled delicious. However, my kind of feelings and my kind of thoughts at that time were kind of a little bit alien. And I was starting to think to myself, and kind of just talking to Stuart about it, and I was like, oh, is this a worry? Is this something that I need to be aware of? And is kind of my relationship with food changing that much? Could it potentially go into something that could be a worry? Or is it me just getting a better relationship with food? And then kind of thinking, well, yeah, you don't need that big mountain of food to be kind of to fuel yourself and kind of get through the day. So that's something that's just tickling in the back of my mind just a little bit. I'm pretty confident I'm not going to kind of get a problem with food. I think I'm actually just developing a healthier relationship with food as well. So that was kind of something that really kind of sat in my head a little bit on Sunday. Again, I don't know if it's because just feeling a little bit tired and things after the weekend. But yeah, that was an. What I have felt this week as well is, like I say, my hormones have been all over the place. And this sort of time of the month always makes me want to kind of crave chocolate or pastry. Pastry is my absolute downfall. Love it. Give me a sausage roll or a quiche or Cornish pasty or, oh God, it's just, I'd probably take that over chocolate, to be perfectly honest. And it's been, like I say, I think that's kind of been on my mind a little bit more this week. However, I may have had all of these thoughts, but I haven't acted on them, and that is the difference. I think that Mounjaro is actually making for me. So I've stuck to my kind of healthy eating. So again, still staying away from all of that unprocessed food. Everything's been fresh. I've had lots of chicken, salmon, lots of vegetables, asparagus, broccoli, that kind of thing really. So have actually managed to stay on track, even though those thoughts have been kind of in my head, whereas previously I probably would have kind of run around the shop and kind of sneaked in some goodies during the day, but I haven't. I've been really good. And even we did have some sausage rolls in the fridge. Tried to give them to my son before he went off to Cheltenham this week. I totally forgot to take them, didn't I? So I just put them in the freezer rather than them shouting at me every time I went into the fridge. I just like, nope, put those out of my sight. So I put them into the freezer, yeah, so they're out of my sight now and out of my mind, which has been really, really helpful as well. But I'm really proud of myself for not kind of giving in to those cravings as well. Talking of, so thinking about, obviously I'm on week 5, I will need to reorder my next dosages, my pen, next week. So it's still kind of that in my mind, what am I going to do? Am I going to stick with 2.5 or am I going to move up to the 5? I think I'm still kind of edging towards staying with 2.5, sorry. Because as I've said right the way through this, I'm wanting to build that better relationship with my food rather than, and it's kind of, I'm thinking if I go higher, it's just going to totally take out though that hunger and take out thing, which that's what it's there for, isn't it? That is what the job it is doing. However, I'm still wanting to be able to build a better relationship with food, and using it more, then seeing it more as a fuel rather than a necessity of to kind of do, I just need to eat and eat and eat. So I'm kind of, I'm still kind of undecided which way I am going to go with that. So I will keep you posted there. Another thing that I've been kind of toying with is, so with our little pens, I don't know if you're aware of this, but with the Mounjaro pens, okay, so you have your little pen. This is last week's one, okay, so you can see at the top that there is still some fluid left in there, okay. And I've done a little bit of research on this because I'm a Yorkshire lass and I don't like waste, okay. I like to get my value for money. So I've been kind of looking, I was like, well, I can still kind of use that. That's another dose. That's like dose 5. I can do that. I get five things out of this. So I've done a little bit of research, and yes, it is possible. So there are different ways. So when you kind of prime your pen, apparently these kind of it stops the movement. You're not able to do it. However, mine actually does. So I can actually prime that up, ready to actually take that next dosage. What we have had a conversation about is actually how much is in there. So on these pens, like I say, I'm not sure if you've seen them, but you kind of have markers on there for each dose. And I'm pretty confident that's I might get the measuring thingy out and just see exactly how much is in there. I have seen another guy on YouTube who has used I think it was an insulin syringe, and he's kind of gone in and actually just drew it out and then used it that way as well. So that's toying on my mind. I've not done it yet, but I've kept it. I'm labelling my pens as well, so that's number 1, and I've got number 2 in my box because I have to keep them in the fridge. I don't want to mix them up. So I've got till August on this one that it runs out. So I'm kind of toying with it. So we're going to see what happens and whether I actually decide to go for it. Because potentially I could get another like month's lot for free if it's all the same in each kind of pen that I use. 4 weeks time, 4 months time, I've got a free month. That's where my brain is going at anyway at the minute. So that's kind of where I'm at with the next dosage as well. So I've kind of been keeping this, it's all a bit weird really. So there's only very few people know about what we're doing and also about my little channel as well. So, but I've started, because I'm a bit self-conscious about, I know it seems a bit stupid, doesn't it? It's quite self-conscious about this, but, and then I'm putting it all on YouTube for complete strangers to kind of watch and follow my journey. But I'm just starting now to kind of tell a few people about it. And it's actually been, because I feel like, I don't know, some people might judge, some people are quite against this, these injections and kind of, and the way to go about it. So I'm kind of a bit dubious on how people would take what we're doing. However, positives so far. So I think I'm going to start to kind of just explore it a little bit more with some more people and see what people's reactions are as well. So like I say, I'm not really posting on my socials about this. So it's all kind of just through YouTube. So do a girl a favour, if you want to like and subscribe, can't even say it, look, I'm so new to this. Like and subscribe to my channel, that would be really, really helpful for me as well, just to kind of get things moving as well. And it would be really good as well if anybody's got any comments or any questions that you want to ask me, then please do put those in the comments below as well. I want to get to know you guys who kind of are watching my videos. Like I say, I'm trying to keep it real. I'm trying to keep it as normal as I can. I am just a normal Joe on this journey, and I'm actually finding it really quite good. I've never done diaries or journals or anything like that. I've never really been into this sort of stuff. But what I am finding is really helpful to kind of just talk it out, really, and get everything off my mind of what I'm kind of thinking, what I'm kind of going through during the week as well. So yeah, I'm finding it really kind of beneficial from a mental health point of view as well, and for my own well-being also. Okie dokie. So I think this sort of week, yeah, so finishing the week on a positive and kind of going into next week now. We haven't got many big adventures going down this weekend. I think we've just got a little trip into town tomorrow, the good old Tesco shop. What I might do is kind of a kind of view of what we do buy during our shops and what we are eating during the week as well. So might do that for you. Really exciting as well. But yeah, so that is, I'm going to sign off for now. Like I say, like and subscribe, and any questions I'll put in the comments below. It'd be really good to hear from you as well. Okay, toodle pip.